You know, I like football okay. Sorry, Texas. I'm in the wrong state to be admitting that. Let me go back. I like high school football. I like sitting in the stands, watching the kids, hanging out with the families. That's really cool. Football on TV, I think I'd rather be there. If I'm at home, I'm usually thinking about a snack or cooking something or cleaning something. Well, that's at the bottom of my list. That really is. But the snacks, you gotta admit, the snacks are pretty awesome when it comes to football season. And I have a confession. Being out here at the ranch, I have never been to a tailgate party. I know. Don't pity me, like I'm having a great time out here, but it'd be really nice to go to a tailgate party at some point. I hear they're kind of a thing. I don't know what it would be like to cook in the back of my truck. Joe would love it. Joe, my dog, Joe would be there in a heartbeat. He would absolutely love that. I think he was made for tailgating. I think he would really like football too. But he would be like me. He would stop with the snacks. I mean, he would be like, "Oh, wait, I don't care about football. I want the snacks." Hey y'all, I'm Melissa Guerra. I am the kitchen wrangler and we're all getting ready for the Super Bowl. So I thought I would share with you a wonderful dip. Now I've seen all sorts of recipes for 7-layer dip online. It looks really delicious, but it's not really South Texas style. Where did all those black olives come from? I think they came from Spain. They're definitely not Texan. So I thought I'd give you a Texan version of 7-layer dip. The problem is I got a little carried away and I thought, well, can I make this into a 9-layer dip, 12-layer dip? It was getting out of hand. So I stopped at 7, but my point is you can add no matter what topping you like, but I stopped at 7 because we have to be reasonable. I can only hold people's attention for about that long, so I stayed at 7 layers. So let us get started on our South Texas 7-layer dip. To start with, I needed to fry some chips. Now you can buy tortilla chips at the store, you can buy fat-free, you can buy anything you like, but I like making them at home because they're a little bit fresher. It's a special occasion, the Super Bowl, so you might as well. I cut each corn tortilla into 6 wedges, and then I fried 30 tortillas. So that means I have 180 chips, or I should have them, but I keep stealing them. So there's probably fewer now. These I fried in peanut oil. You can use any vegetable oil. I wouldn't use olive oil, obviously. I love these chips. I love homemade chips. They're always fresher. They have like a nutty flavor to them. Tortilla chips need to be fried in vegetable oil that is at 350 degrees. It only takes about 2 or 3 minutes to fry each batch, but I made several batches because I was making a lot of chips. Cool them down in a pan lined with paper towels and give them a little salt at the end. Now on to the dip. Everything beautiful in South Texas is flavored with Mexican chorizo, and it is not like Spanish chorizo. It's not dry. It is refrigerated, it's wet, it's very moist, and it has this gorgeous little vinegary snap to it. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the chorizo from its casing. If you're vegetarian, check the supermarket. There are some really wonderful soy chorizos. It's imitation chorizo, but it's really, really lovely. This is a chorizo that they make in my hometown, so that's what I'm going to use today. Remove the casing and break up the chorizo as it fries. I'm using a cast iron pan because then that way I only have one pan for this dip. It is super easy. I'm gonna add some chopped onions to the chorizo and they'll saute until they are translucent and tender. Yum, they're picking up all of that chorizo flavor. Once that's cooked, which takes about 5 minutes, we're going to remove the chorizo and onions from the pan and we're going to add some whole cooked pinto beans. The pinto beans are going to soak up any remaining flavor from the chorizo from the pan, and we're gonna mash them so that we have some really lovely refried beans. This dip is a little bit different from other 7-layer dips because it has a hot portion and then it has some cool garnishes. So now we have all of the hot ingredients cooked, so let's go assemble it. Our bottom layer are those beautiful refried beans, and we're going to sprinkle our warm chorizo with onions over the top. Next, we're going to add some cheddar cheese just so it melts a little bit. Let's prepare some avocado for adding to our dip. Dice the avocado and then toss it with some lime juice so that it doesn't turn brown. Add chopped tomatoes and then add your chopped prepared avocados. I'm gonna add one more layer of cheese. This is queso cotija. It's similar to like a Parmesan cheese, but it's a little bit more moist, but it's very salty, very tangy. And if you can't find queso cotija, you can always use queso fresco. Very, very delicious cheeses. If you can't find either one of those, just use more cheddar. It's all cheese. It's all good. We're gonna finish off with a little bit of cilantro, and the way that I put cilantro on top of anything is that I scissor cut it, because otherwise if you chop it, it sticks to your hands, or if you spoon it, it's always kind of sticky and it's kind of a mess. But if you cut it with scissors, it always seems to do what I want it to do, which is land evenly across the surface of this dip. And that's it. That is it for our South Texas 7-layer dip. It has all of my favorite flavors. Now, like I said, you can keep adding layers. You could have added sour cream, super delicious. You could add hot sauce, really great. You can add 13, 15 layers. Just keep on going. Oop, one more. I'm gonna say this did need some sour cream. And I did look to see if I'd bought sour cream, but when you're at the ranch, you use what you have. So I used some extra cheddar. Yummy. Another cool thing about making the hot portion of this dip in a cast iron pan is if you are going to a friend or a family member's house and you have to take something with you to watch the game, then you can take the hot portion, warm it up in the oven, and then when you're ready to sit down, then just sprinkle the chilled toppings on top. However, cast iron pans can get hot, so don't make any enemies by setting a hot cast iron pan down on their coffee table, because that's not gonna go very well at all. I'm speaking from experience. This has happened. Oh my. If you're like me, you watch football for the snacks. So make the snacks the way that you like them. You know, I'm so glad that you are here with me today at the ranch. You know, if you have any questions or requests, you can email me at help@kitchenwrangler.com, or you can message me through YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere. I am always online, and I am always so happy to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me here at the ranch. I'm Melissa Guerra. I am the Kitchen Wrangler, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here again soon. Bye now.